back, everybody. So, I'll take you guys over to the map because you guys have just woken up in a rocky ruin. There are like piles of old stones lying around, weeds and other long, tall grasses kind of growing up in between these stones, kind of blowing in the wind. You can see that there's a ton of, like, you can see it's open space. What used to be the tower that you were in is now just a bunch of rubble that's all overgrown, and you guys are laying in the midst of it.
When you say woke up, does this constitute as a rest?
It does not.
Okay, I tried.
Good effort. I commend the effort. And I believe Geyer just opened a box that contained the head of the Dragon Emperor Statuette.
Yep. And I also believe that as of right now, nobody knows that Geyer's back.
Upstairs.
Right.
True.
Right.
Except
We've been here the entire time. We just haven't been up there.
Right.
Right.
It's Kalsica realized it because of something Geyer said at the end of that fight. But I think she was the only one close enough to hear it.
True.
I just realized I was supposed to pick another heroic ability, and I forgot to do that.
Go ahead, you can do it now.
We just had that conversation.
Yeah, I know it's been 2 weeks, so
I will probably do that after this session.
So I guess Connor stands up, just kind of brushes off whatever rubble and whatnot's on him, and looks around. What am I seeing?
You can go ahead and roll either awareness or spot hidden. I'll leave it up to you.
Terrible and even worse. So let's go with awareness.
Oh, starting off the night with a 1. Look at that. That is huge.
Well, I don't like to brag.
So, Connor, you can see, you catch something like a little flash or reflection of light out of the corner of your eye as you start to just wrestle around the rubble a bit. And you look over and you start walking and you shift a few pieces of this rubble out of the way. And lying upon the ground, there is... It's kind of covered up with a little bit of dirt, but you can see it's like a almost like a breastplate, kind of like a piece of plate mail.
Okay. So Connor gets down,
looks really fancy,
starts trying to brush everything off, and then suddenly accidentally makes contact with the metal and goes, "Ew, anti-magic. No, I don't deal with metal." Belvis, this is your thing. Belvis, come look at this. There's something metal.
You say that like it's a distasteful thing.
Grotesque.
I'll follow his lead and kind of push some rubble aside and see what he's uncovered.
Oh man!
With their long hair and their guitar riffs.
And this is probably one of the most exquisite, well-made, and you would know because of your crafting ability.
Oh yeah.
Pieces of plate mail you have ever seen. It looks old, but it's very well kept. There's no like markings in it at all from like it where it's seen any battle whatsoever. Like if you took all the dirt and really cleaned this up, this would be a perfect polished set of plate mail armor.
Huh.
Garbage.
Interesting. I'd kind of point that out to everyone that I've uncovered this, and we should perhaps look a little closer just to see if we can find anything about it at some point here. But I think we've got some rubble to clear up.
Is it better than what you have currently?
Do I have any way of assessing the quality of it relative to my regular plate armor?
I mean, when it comes to quality and assessing the quality of it, I mean, it's definitely well made. I think as far as what your knowledge would have for it, it would probably be... as far as mechanics go, it'd be the equivalent of what you wear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would just open your inventory window, hold shift, and put your mouse over what you're wearing.
Classic. Yeah, it's beautiful. We should
since you did get a dragon, I would say that you also find in the rubble, you find what looks to be a stylized dagger.
Ooh.
Now, it's mechanically seems like a normal dagger to you, but it looks probably 700 to 1,000 years old.
What's it made of?
I mean, metal. It's still standard quality.
So these appear to be artifacts from perhaps Eladane's era.
Eladane's era, yes. You also find a set of chainmail.
Also metal.
And you find a jeweled brooch that in the center of it has a perfectly cut diamond gemstone in it.
Made out of wood?
No. Connery, all this stuff is disgusting to you.
Modernization.
Is there indication that these are normal objects, or is there any sort of should numeral perhaps cast sense magic on this loot? Or should I just burn the willpower points and see?
That would be a question you can ask your party if you'd like to.
Yeah. Would anyone like me to sense if there's any magical
certainly
energies
possible
around these objects?
If these are old artifacts, it's certainly possible from that era.
This garbage does not interest me.
And it could raise the sell price as well if some of this is
That's the duck.
Do we know, is Geyer back yet? Is he? Oh, yeah, he no.
Only Kalska may not have realized. Geyer made a comment at the end of the fight. Under his breath said, "If you wanted the statue so bad, you should have come to me. I've got the rest of them." But I don't know if anyone else, because at Geyer's amnesia, had no idea that he had put them in his backpack. That happened all before, but so yeah, as far as anyone outside of probably Kalska, if Kalska even noticed, and enough, that guy's gonna look over and just, what? Why are you asking me?
Okay. Well,
I have a head.
Walk over and cast sense magic.
Which specific object are you casting it on?
Let's see. So we got 2 armors, a brooch, a dagger, right?
Yeah.
Something about the brooch screams magic.
How much? Okay, remember how much willpower does? Oh, I think I have a note there somewhere. I
think sense magic is 1.
Sense magic is 1.
So I'll do. Right now, I'm kind of curious about the dagger.
The dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hold on to this dagger, and your eyes begin to glow with that familiar magical energy as you try to see if there's any kind of glowing aura about this, or some kind of feeling that you get that this has some kind of extra magic about it. And unfortunately, you get no such aura from this dagger. It seems like a typical normal dagger, but it's definitely old. Could, for like a collector or something, might pay a little bit more to have something like this. Your normal everyday schmo is going to say, hey, it's a dagger, I'm going to give you dagger money, you know?
Yeah.
Perhaps we should consult Kalska.
She just stares at Connery. Glares deeply into his soul.
Lady walk over, noticing that people are starting to look at the eyes are a little focused on Numeral at the moment. She's checking out this dagger, and Geyer is going to stumble and trip.
Okay.
Sort of fumbling the headpiece of the statue.
Okay.
once he gets over by where this stuff is,
Yeah.
and sort of collapse on top of where the brooch is and just try to slip it.
Make a sleight of hand check. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's bad.
It looks like the mallard is suggesting we look at the brooch.
Nice.
What am I falling on?
Belthus, take a boon on any of your rolls tonight for that. That was just too
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help Geyer back up to his feet. Did you forget how to walk too, old duck?
You okay there, Doug?
Like I said, I have this head.
And which we'll be taking, you hear from behind you. And as you turn around, you see two familiar individuals that you, Geyer, I believe, and Numeral, were kind of talking to in the bar not too long ago.
Uh-oh.
There is a pretty stout, strong female orc standing there. But the voice came from this very lanky, dirty-looking yellowish skin, wet, kind of long hair hanging off the side of his cloaked self, holding a staff right there. And they're just standing probably about, I don't know, 10 meters away from you, just on the outside of this rubble from the tower. We'll be taking that.
That's funny.
Numeral laughs.
Yes, that exactly. Like, my genuine reaction and numeral reaction are one and the same, right?
he just like shoots you a look to Numeral. He's like, so confident are we?
How far away are they?
10 meters.
Guy's gonna look and sort of, again, still holding the head up a little bit,
Oh.
and looks at the dude and just goes, "But do you have whatever it broke off of? We woke up and I found it under my back. It looks like it's a broken piece of something."
Listen, I don't know what it's for. I know I need it.
How can you know if you need it if you don't know what it is?
Someone very important needs it. Now, if you don't know what it is, please let me take it off of your hands, and I will put it into the hands of someone who can use it.
It looks rather old. It must be worth quite a pretty penny. How much coin are you offering for it? From what these individuals tell me, I'm apparently quite the salesperson. I could make a proper killing with this.
Listen, Mallard. We won't be paying you anything.
Racist.
Then
How about
how do you
set it
expect
down
to
at your feet and slowly back away, and we will take it.
So Connery rolled bluff because he was gonna try to stand confidently, but with I'd say almost half of his health missing and no willpower, that bluff of standing up confidently did not work. Like, I am staggering to even stay on my feet.
Okay, you got it.
And where would everyone be standing at this point?
Yeah, we don't really have like there's no like battle map, so to speak, for this. So there's no like
No, I'm just
tactical
thinking
map.
of-
But I got you guys on like the basic map, kind of like so you can see that you're grouped together and they're kind of just off to the side there.
Yeah, but more what I'm thinking is like for the party itself, like where would they be? I know Connery had come over as Geyer had tripped. Where would like Numeral and Belthus be?
Well, we were all standing like huddled over this same
Yeah, they
area.
yeah, I think they were all like looking at the
Yeah.
treasure that Connery had found.
And
The
I would
the
ask-
female orc goes like this. Look at that one, he can barely stand. We could just take it.
I who is this person who would be able to use this statue piece that you're so eager to put it in the hands of?
That, ma'am, is none of your business.
Okay. Can I pull out my bow and arrow and shoot him?
The minute you pull out your bow, we're gonna pick initiative cards.
Okay.
Is that what you're
Alright.
gonna do? All right.
Yes. That is what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Can Geyer try to step beside her as he sees her reaching for this?
To do what? To stop her from pulling it out, or to do
Not
something
be part
else?
of the party.
That's right.
Yeah, to attempt to slow her a little bit, sort of take one step closer to her, and just sort of turn the head and give a little wink.
Would that stop you to numeral, or would you continue?
I would continue, but like I'm gonna interpret that as like, Geyer's back.
Okay. But I
So
still
at
want to
least I
shoot this
know-
guy in the head.
I'm still gonna shoot this guy in the head, but at least I know he's operating with his full capacity. I mean, to
Alright.
be honest, to numeral still has all her hit points, so I'm
Okay.
not. You guys
Alright.
can hang back at me.
Well, here's what we'll do then. I'm gonna grab everybody, and I'm gonna add you guys to the turn order. And Geyer, would you like me to do your ability, or?
Yep.
Okay, so I add a second one for you, so that way. And I'm gonna shuffle the initiative deck, and we're gonna.
I would also like to add, right before this happened, I did decide on the heroic abilities I was going to choose.
Okay.
I got 2 because we got the statue piece, and my bows got to 18.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am opting to take fast footwork and backstabbing,
Oh, there you go.
which I wanted to announce in the case I may use any of these today.
All right. So Geyer, looks like you pulled a 1 and an 8. I'm guessing you're gonna take the 1, right?
Yeah, let's go with the 1.
So I'll delete the 8 for you, and I'll put you guys in the correct order. Ooh, interesting. Interesting how this worked out.
Oh,
Numeral was the one who
wonderful.
started initiating it, and unfortunately is gonna have to go last, unless somebody switches with her. So we'll see. All right, so let me put some more appropriate music for this.
Should have been able to get a sucker punch.
Okay. Style music going on for us. Okay, Geyer, with the wink to its numeral, and you see her just continuing to pull that bow. She has had enough of this chit chat. To numeral means business, and no one's gonna come after this head of the dragon statuette that she worked so hard with her companions to get. Geyer, what do you do?
So, okay. So Geyer is finally back in his own head at this point. Knows that we have just found what we needed. And realizes that, well, hell, we are all beaten pretty much to hell at this point.
You guys just fought a demon just a moment ago.
Balthus was doing more beating than getting beaten, although it was the party.
So, I am going to do something that I found in the rules called power from the body.
Oh no.
Oh, you trying to pull out a spell if using your hit points?
Oh, no.
Basically, yup.
Here we go. Now we mean business.
So I'm going to roll.
To see how many you get.
Yeah, so it's every upcast is 2 willpower, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm.
Ooh.
So I take 8 damage.
Oh!
That hurts.
Yeah. And
Still standing?
I can't remember. Does that
Use
convert?
it
Does it all
immediately.
convert? Like you have to use it immediately, don't you?
I have to use it immediately, so I'm going to lose some of it.
Yeah.
But basically, as it stands right now, I
That's power
technically
level.
have 9 willpower to dump on this spell.
Oh wow. Might as well make it a big one.
Amen. That's the plan. That's not wrong with it.
Oh, fireball. And it looks like are you going up to 3 on this?
I'm going up to 3 with it. I just hit the wrong button. So.
Oh boy.
Oh
Nope.
no!
Oh what? What?
And that is another mishap.
No!
No! No! And it's the same one.
And I lose my memory again.
Stop casting magic. Stop it. Oh my god.
So Tanumra watches as Gyers walks next to her, has the statue piece, as he's leaning over, gives a little wink, and she probably hears him muttering a couple of words that she would recognize.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, as his hand comes out and he reaches forward towards these two, and this just backblast of energy as Geyer falls onto his ass. Let's go.
Oh no.
Bloody hell! Who are you people?
No.
What am I doing here?
Amazing.
And then it's
utterly
Geyer's
amazing.
turn.
It's the end of Geyer's turn. Wow. That brings us to the female orc, who thinks that she can get a one-up on Connery because of his terrible deceptive maneuver earlier.
Yep.
And rushes up to Connery. Let's see what she can do.
Excuse me, sorry.
She has on her a scimitar. She's going to go ahead and try to make a slash at you.
I will guardian.
Oh, so it's going to go after Belthus instead. Let me double check what I'm rolling. Our skill level is a 15, so she just needs a 15 or better. And that is going to strike.
Okay.
So this is going to hit
to me.
Belthus. Now, when you take this ability, Belthus, are you allowed to or do you parry it or anything, or you just take it?
In this case, I'm going to take it. I'm
just
not going to
gonna take
spend
it?
anything to parry it. Yeah.
Okay, it's 2d6 plus a d4 strength bonus.
All right.
So 2d6, 5 plus a d4, 8 damage.
I would soak that.
You soak all of it?
Yeah, so it would round me. I mean, that's all I can soak. I'm like...
So Uka steps forward like, weak wolfkin, and goes up like this, and then all of a sudden just a flash of metal armor just stands in the way.
Mr. President!
Yes. Sparks go flying as the scimitar just grazes off of your armor as you jump in front of Connery. And that ends.
Get through me to get to him.
Yep, and then Uka jumps forward. That was all her movement. So that's her whole turn, bringing us to Rendell. He's going to seeing Geyer reaching out and like pointing in his direction and stumbling back. He it looks like he was focused on Geyer and then turns towards Tanumeral instead. And you see this beam of fire energy start to form off the end of his palm, as he is also going to cast Fireball towards Tanumeral.
Can I guardian a spell? You
Uh,
got
I'll cast.
what does Guardian say? Does it say as specific?
Sounds like Toonroll may have a plan here.
Oh yeah.
I could cast Magic Shield as a reaction.
Yeah, because that's a magic spell. So yeah, you could. I think it decreases the damage amount.
Yeah, by let's see. Spells a reaction, breaks initiative order, does not replace your action in the round. You can cast it after your opponent's roll to succeed, but before any roll for damage. Okay.
So you want to wait till the roll is made and see what happens? Because if it's a miss, you won't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, so let's do that.
Let's see. Elementalism is a 13, so I got to roll a 13 or under to hit you with this fireball. Right on the nose. 13.
All right. I'm just gonna cast it at power level 1.
Okay.
My mentalism's 18.
It was 18, so yeah, you succeed.
Oh.
So what does that do?
willpower. The power level of your opponent's spell decreases by the power level of your magic shield. If the result is 0 or less, your opponent's spell has no effect at all.
Oh, well, he casts a power level 1, so as you see this beam of fire energy come out, you just like wave your hand like this, and this blue kind of it's just like this blue orb just kind of appears around you, and the fireball just shatters into a bunch of sparks in front of you, and you take no damage whatsoever.
Yeah.
That brings us to Belthus.
All right, I will trade initiative with Tenumeral.
Oh,
She was trying to get the jump on these guys.
switch to numeral. So
Yeah.
numeral is going to become the 6, and Belthus is going to become the 10.
Alrighty.
So to numeral, it's your turn.
How far away is this? Who's near me right now? Like, what of the enemies? What's the
The
meter?
Uka is probably about 4 meters away from you, and Thorendil is about 10 meters away from you.
We do seem to have a boon in chat.
Oh. To numeral got a player boon.
Okay. Trying to decide if I wanna.
I give Blitz Greybeard way too much power in chat.
Decide if I wanna. I don't usually have Twitch up because of my internet.
I just watch too many shows, so I get a lot of points.
I'm trying to decide if I wanna just bow or knife this person.
You know, fireball them, lose your memory.
I know. A lot of hit points still, but I could do the blood mage thing, but I'm gonna just try to short bow this guy like I was doing initially.
Okay. Numeral continues to pull out the bow.
So I succeed,
13 is a hit.
and I feel like I haven't done this in so long. D10 plus damage and agility bonus D4. Roll 1 D10, 1 D4. Okay, I do 10 damage.
Who were you shooting at to be, were you shooting at the mage or the orc?
The mage.
Mage, okay. Gotcha. Open this up, double check. Okay. Yeah, so you pierce him right in the chest with an arrow, striking true. He doesn't have anything that's gonna stop it. He takes 10 damage. He looks badly hurt by this shot and falls down to a knee, using his staff to kind of keep his balance. I misjudged your power, as he's holding the arrow. Are you gonna move or anything to numeral, or are you just gonna kind of stay with your friends at this point?
Stay here.
Got it.
Next to Belthus in the fray.
So I think Kalsika might try to approach the female orc.
I would think so.
Because the orc is kind of engaged with Connery and Belthus over there. So I would say Kalsika would probably move around, get in a good position to attack the orc here. And probably use... She's got 5 willpower points left. Maybe try to use backstabbing. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So using...
I think she'd definitely be in that mind spot seeing Geyer freak out again.
So with the ready, she's got this cursed dagger and she's got this parrying dagger. The cursed dagger does more damage, so I'd say let's go with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. 17's gonna hit for a ton of damage.
Oh,
Oh
deadly.
my gosh.
Oh, 11 damage. Backstabbing, I think, gives an extra...
It's an extra D6, I think.
8?
2D6.
Increase the damage dice by 1. So whatever the base. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an extra D8?
Extra
That's
D8.
D8.
So I'm gonna roll an extra D8 here and add this damage to this. Oh!
Oh my! That orc had a family.
Now, I will say, this person is wearing chainmail. But it still isn't enough. With one swift strike, Kalsika finds a weak spot in the armor and takes the knife and just comes out of nowhere and just drives it into the neck of Uka the orc. You guys watch as Uka's eyes just go wide for a second. Belthus, you get like a up close and personal view of this as the life just fades so quickly from Uka's eyes, and Uka just goes onto you like this, and you're like holding the full weight of this orc. And she is dead in one strike.
That's amazing.
So Kalsika.
I'm glad I took on backstabbing in case I ever need to stab someone.
Brittany, when you watch this back, I will gladly roll damage for you from now on if you'd like me to. It's like 2 8s on the damage dice.
That's wild.
Insane.
Crazy.
And that ends Kalsika's turn, bringing us to Conry.
All right. So after Beltis gets in front of me, blocks the hit, and Kalsika stabs a female orc to death, Conry is going to flank around the right side of Beltis and ensure that our little friend here does not run away by doing a contested roll versus your evade for my topple.
Topple on Thornadil? Or Thornadil. Yeah, topple is evade. Okay. I've got to roll an 8. Better, a 3. Success. I believe that's going to...
Well, for some reason it was only 1 roll for me. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, you can roll again. Still got you beat.
Yep, still got me beat.
So you try to rush up to trip up Thorendil, but he swiftly kind of moves out of the way with what seems to be some of the last bit of energy that he has. Is that wound from the arrow looks like it's doing quite a number on this fragile mage. Anything else, Conry?
Nope, that'll do it.
I'll do it. Belthus. Last one to go in the round.
Oh boy.
You're kind of slow dancing with a dead female orc.
Didn't have that on my list for today. And again, didn't have getting stuck in a time loop either. I guess I will run in with the glittering Viomaline longsword and go after the mage here.
All right, so you're charging up to the mage with the sword at the ready. Go for it.
Let's see. This would be 11 damage.
The damage. Describe to us how you take down the mage.
I guess as the mage seems to be wrestling a bit with Conry, I'll just come in, find a clean moment, and just run it right through with the sword.
And with that, you guys watch Belthus just throws the mage to the side, yanking the sword back out from his torso, and the mage just tumbles over a pile of old rubble. Exactly. Yeah. And as quickly as this started, you guys are out of encounter.
Great going, Kalsika.
Yeah.
Those fools are outnumbered.
She's sitting there, she's got a piece of leather, and she's just wiping the blood off of her blade. She does this low, deep sigh, like...
I told you we could take them. We're strong now. Also, our friend here, Geyer. Hello, Mr. Duck. Your name is Geyer.
As Geyer had started to look like he was trying to back away. He's got the statue piece in his head, sort of like somebody wheeling like a shot put ball, just holding up the horns on the helm, coming out, just like, who are you people?
Oh, this again.
Your friend. We are your friends. That's why you're not dead right now, like those two.
Why am I here? Where am I?
You are here on a fun little sightseeing trip the family has decided to take, and we're collecting these wonderful pieces for our family collection. So I suggest one of us take that head you're holding there, since you don't know what's happening.
Hey, little duck, do you like cabbage? Come on back to the cart and let's have some cabbage. Come here, ducky. Come here. Come on.
Does
so
Guy
Nero
I'm
like-
going to take about
does
3
Guy
steps
like
away from
cabbage?
the crazy wolf.
I think we still have cabbage. don't we?
Tanumero would have also approached with her hand out when she said, "Why don't you give us that?" To try to.
Sun's
Yeah,
getting
we
real
get-
low, big guy.
Looking at this, do I get any sense that this is worth money?
The head
Yeah.
could be.
Even with
And you-
them need.
Hey, and you already know these two crazy people came up and tried to take it from you already,
Yeah.
and they were willing to go to they were willing to die for it.
It's-
I know about all that.
I'll give it to you for 20 gold.
20 gold? Ha, sold.
Connor, are you giving him 20 gold?
Connery puts a hand out for the statue head and reaches in his pocket with the other hand. Let me check my inventory here. 20. Oh yeah, 20? 20, yeah.
Kalsika looks at Connery. What are you doing?
Guy will take the 20 gold, give him the head.
No, you won't.
What are you doing?
Sleight of hand. I rolled a 1. I'm gonna try to.
what are you trying to do?
Pocket the skull and keep the money.
Okay. So basically you're handing him like an empty bag.
Nope. I'm reaching out with one, have the one hand further extended, grab the skull, keep the money.
How does Gaia respond to this?
You better roll a 1.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
He has no idea who you people are.
Belthus, you hear from behind you in the rubble.
No.
You see the mage go. And then just plop back over.
A death rattle.
As
You could
Connery
be doing
goes
that in
to grab
a
it
few
and not
moments,
pay.
Duck.
Geyer's going to take a real quick look for anything to try to attack this guy who is now stealing from him.
Whoa, stealing's a very strong word. Accurate, but strong word.
And
Kalsika goes and
Roger.
Kalsika like stands in front of you, Geyer. It's like she looks at you and says, "Mr. Geyer, what are you doing?
Can you do a Kalsika voice?
This is my Kalsika voice."
who the hell is Mr. Geyer?
It's
That finger stole 20
you
gold
just
from me.
you just winked at me not too long ago.
I have
Aren't
no idea what you're talking about.
Aren't you okay? What's going on?
You tell me.
Pretty close.
All I know is I was standing over there between those two things.
She
Some
doesn't even have
crazy
the
elf pulling a
last one, you know?
bow. And then this hairy creature just stole 20 gold from me.
Whoa. Whoa.
Listen.
I think you need to you probably need to start talking to Numeral or Mr. Draneth or somebody that knows about this stuff, because something keeps happening to you.
Hold on. Hairy creature. Just because Belthus doesn't shave one time.
Yeah. That time loop did a number on your 5 o'clock shadow. We had multiple 5 o'clocks.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
We were just traveling and we kept hitting that time zone 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Geyer, you tried to do a spell and it backfired. And sometimes when one does spells and fail, it can create some magical mishaps. And you seem to be the type who gets amnesia.
Anybody seem to feel like deja vu? This seems familiar.
Who's deja vu and why are you feeling them?
This has happened before.
Multiple times.
It happened
What you're telling me is I'm magic, but I'm not very good.
Yes.
Yeah. Not very good is an understatement.
Now listen, Mr. Guy, you're still learning. It's not that you're good, you're just still learning.
like the hand motions.
You have 2 pet dogs, and we have a nice cozy cart where they're waiting for us. So why don't we all just go back to our little donkey cart? You can pet your dogs for emotional support, and we can get some rest because it has been a day.
And at that time, you guys hear, "Wow! There's a whole ruin here." As you guys see, Canutus has finally caught up to you guys from across the way after the dome has disappeared and dissipated. And he's been kind of hustling over here, but it took him a little while. He's dragging some books with him. It's,
hefty duck.
Are you okay? Oh, what happened to them? And over there at the 2 corpses that are laying amidst the rubble.
Us.
Tuberculosis.
Brigands.
Brigands.
Tried to
Road
rob us.
thieves.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's,
There were a lot of them.
oh. Well, pity.
The halfling did that in one shot.
What are you talking about? You just murdered these people in cold blood.
Yes, they're brigands. They were trying to steal from us.
Were they?
Yes.
All I remember is you having a bow out and shooting at people.
Oh, he was still himself when they.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was.
Are you sure you're not the brigands? And guy was going to start backing towards Canutus. Like,
Canutus is like, yeah, I'm sorry your friend has still lost his memory. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wait, what?
not doing well.
you're in it with them?
We'd already had this conversation. Yeah.
He's not gonna remember.
I've never seen you before.
What are you
He has
talking
new
about?
he has new amnesia this time.
This is a new one? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? A new amnesia?
I'm sorry. I know you just met him, but he has amnesia every 12 o'clock.
Okay, I'm writing this down. That might be the episode title for tonight. The new amnesia.
Oh my god.
I love it.
He had every reason to be afraid of magic before, I think.
That's...
I'm beginning to think if he ever gets his memory back, that fear is back full force.
Yeah, we need a sign now. How many days since Geyer had amnesia?
Yeah, we have to put another
Scratch out his ear.
I'm gonna have to put a new tracker on the overlay. Yeah, so Canutus is kind of like, this is a whole new area to explore and to test my experiments on. Afraid that not much of it seems to be very magical, though.
There was that time loop that we were stuck in.
Yeah, we were stuck in a time loop.
The pie was magical.
There was
Pie? There was pie?
Yeah. Never mind.
and poop.
And
Magical poop.
magical poop.
Magical poop.
Yeah, it was.
Made us go quickly.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
like
we moved
the pebbles I had.
Yes.
Yes, perhaps the same.
So my knowledge was useful.
It was.
I shall write this
Do we
down.
still-
He starts
do we still-
jotting it down in his book. and-
Yeah, I saw a smell on my face.
yeah, you guys are probably still covered in it a little bit.
Yeah, do we still have dragon poop poop all over us?
It's probably like you guys have been like fighting and rolling around and scuffling. A lot of it's probably like falling off, but you probably got some dried stuff here and there. You could probably use a nice trip to the bath.
I think we could. Is there any wells, any streams nearby?
Canutus kind of like looks at you and is like, not really sure about nearby. I mean, I know the river's not too far away. It could be a little bit of a hike.
We should probably trek our way there and wash the leftover magical poop off.
I'm so glad my experiments were useful. Continues to write in his book.
Well, thank you, Canutus. Have a great day.
Oh, you as well. I'm gonna stay here and just, meander a bit.
Perhaps
Be
we'll see you
careful.
again.
There was a demon that was controlling this area and causing a time loop. I did kill it and destroy it. However, I don't know if demons leave demonic imprints.
Demonic imprints? What a fascinating thing to research.
Yeah, be careful.
Keep yourself busy. Knock yourself out.
I shall. And he starts rushing over to some of the rubble and he's like jotting things down, looking at it very closely. Looks like he's just super excited on finally being able to like get past whatever this mystical veil was like hiding. So he's like excited to explore.
Shall we head back to our cart and Mr. Geyer's emotional support animals in this trying time?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys head in that direction?
And Geyer's coming with us. He seems like he's okay with the...
Geyer is very slowly walking at the very tail end of the group, keeping an eye on everybody.
Calcica would be walking with you, keeping a very close eye.
Keeping one eye, what I can spare it on the two elven folk, but really watching that shady, untrustworthy Wolfkin.
Yeah.
Robbed me for 20 gold.
And the piece, right? He got the piece?
So you guys do return back to the cart, where Geyer, you are greeted with the excited tail-wagging individuals that were waiting for you, and they just start just showering you with doggy kisses as you approach. Conry, it seems that Albert is excited that you have returned as well. Albert was guarding the cart during this duration of this little time period here.
Yep. So useful. Lazy bear.
And there's no sign of shenanigans around here in terms of...
Make an awareness roll.
Geyer's somewhat uncomfortably petting the dogs like it's his first time meeting them.
It seems fine, Belthus. Everything looks like it's in order.
Helmet looks great from the inside.
Yep.
My roll is a 1.
Oh, awareness roll 1?
Yeah.
Everything is exactly how you left.
Beautiful. At seeing that, Numeral is going to go to the secret compartment and check on our dragon pieces.
Geyer, did you have them with you in your backpack, or were they in the secret compartment of the cart? I can't remember what we had said.
So Geyer did take them with him.
Okay.
And he did relock the secret compartment. So it's got the padlock on it. He has that key hidden
Only
away.
Geyer has the key. Yeah, so you can see that the secret compartment is in fact locked when you go to open it.
Okay.
I
did not know
remember
it had
yet.
it.
But
I
if
did
you
not know it had a key. I thought we all had access to it.
You knew, you probably knew whenever you guys left the cart that it was locked, and
Okay.
so that would tell you that if the pieces are in there, they're safe because no one has broken the lock or nobody has broken the doorway into it.
And Tanuma, we did all have access to it at one point, but as we were traveling, we found a padlock which had a single key with it. So Geyer used that to lock the compartment.
It was one of the random treasures you guys found. Padlock.
Okay. And nobody saw Geyer, and there was no conversation around who's going to hold the key or anything. This was just a Geyer original that he did on his own without talking to the party, and nobody saw it.
Nope.
Just curious.
Pretty
How aware
cool.
was to numeral that this is padlocked before this moment is my question.
I would assume Tanumeral would have been, because Belfus is the one who helped build it.
Yeah, but when it was built, didn't it not have a padlock? I don't remember that. That's new.
I can't remember if it was the same day or not.
It was quite a while ago when this all happened.
Yeah.
So I
thought
don't
it
even
was
remember.
just secret. Okay. Well, let's open this up and add our new piece to our collection here for safekeeping, I suppose. Who has the key again?
Geyer.
Why is everyone looking at me again? One hand on each dog.
We need your keys.
He's going to start, checking pockets and checking his, and going into the thing he wears around his neck, and there's a key on here. Anybody know what it goes to?
Tanumeral points to the padlock.
We'll go over and again, half an eye at the elves, but then both eyes on the wolfkin the whole time. Unlocks the padlock, lets it hang, takes the key out and just backs away.
Was there anything else other than the? Was there anything else other than the dragon pieces in there? First?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think we sold everything else that was of value.
Okay. Yeah, so when you guys do open the lock, there is nothing inside.
I wonder who could have done this. The only person with the key.
Is it empty?
Yeah.
Did somebody steal the pieces?
How about we all open our backpacks?
What pieces? What are you even talking about?
Well, you wouldn't even know what we're talking about because you have brain damage. How about you just open your backpack, Mr. Geyer? And let's put everything back that's supposed to be in here.
Geyer takes a half a step back, as now he's not sure what the elf woman is getting on about.
Kalsika face palms.
I have one already stealing from me. I have another
you-
demanding to search my personal belongings.
You may have the other pieces.
What other pieces?
The other pieces of the statue that you found the head to.
So I'm sorry, wait, are you telling me I just tried to sell a piece of something I was collecting?
Kinda.
Wasn't really a sale.
No, it was
We're
a theft.
collecting.
And honestly,
Really?
Mr. Geyer, you sold it for way, way, way too cheap. A normal Geyer move would have been to just jack that price way up.
Way up.
Way, way, way up.
Way up.
General Counsel, good to know for the future. Turns his back to everybody and starts going through his backpack.
Kalsik is just like looking over your shoulder.
We know we are in there. We know how we have. This was a
He's like, "Oh,
family
yeah,
endeavor.
Does look like there's some feet in here.
See, we've been traveling together for quite some time, finding these things, Mr. Geyer. That's what we've been doing. It's like whole time.
So if you and I are collecting these, why is everyone else asking for them?
We're just trying to keep them safe. Other people want them too. Like those two that we just, you know.
Oh, the one the elf girl shot. Yes. Does she usually shoot people randomly upon first meeting them?
Not all the time.
But okay, so it does happen, at least occasionally. With
She's really, really just say she doesn't like it when people like come up to us and like talk bad about us. She doesn't put up with any of that.
And
honestly, neither do I. That's why that orc took it to the neck.
I caught him.
Yeah.
That was a great catch, Balthus.
Gary just laughs a little bit because the entire situation is just absurd to him. So he looks over at Numeral and basically dumps his backpack into the secret compartment, which has 3 statue pieces and his grimoire.
Ah.
And then we'll look over at the Wolfkin. Well, it seems I didn't get paid, so you might as well put the other piece in here as well.
Seems good. Henry.
Henry, what are you doing? Kalsika glares at you.
Share the load.
I guess. Nah.
As Connery comes over to put it in, Guyer's going to try to slip that 20 gold out of his pocket as he walks by.
Okay, sleight of hand.
Yep. That's a success.
Oh, wow. The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. I have a feeling like this is going to be an ongoing thing. The 20 gold is just going to keep on going back and forth.
No.
Oh my God. Oh, that's funny.
All right.
20 gold it is. Done.
And then once all the pieces are in there, I will close it back up, relock it.
They're excited.
Oh.
He's
Apparently
loud.
now we have 4 pieces and a book in there.
A book.
Ah, okay. Sounds
So now
good.
where do we go to sell them and make money off these?
Lucy and
we
River are
don't-
making a lot of noise.
Yeah, they're just really excited to see Geyer. He's been gone for a
Yeah.
while.
They're so
Yeah.
stoked.
Geyer just has no idea. He's
As they're running around, and every once in a while he reaches down once, gives a very half-hearted sort of pet, like, yeah, I'm here to visit somebody. You're not mine, go away.
We don't sell these, Mr. Geyer. These are
Unlock a
For
bigger
us.
treasure.
to use.
They're a key.
We're saving the world.
yeah, that's true, Mr. Geyer. They are a key.
We're saving the world from demons. You don't want a demon to get you, do you?
Glances over at Connery. Not so much.
So then we should all stick and work together.
I suppose as long as you know where you're going.
We do. And I did just kill a demon before you lost your memory again. So I think we'll be okay if we all stick together.
This is terrible. Like, Geyer isn't even going to remember the epic combat that you guys just had, right?
Yeah, neither of the
This man's
fights,
memory
right?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't remember the demon or this one, right?
I'll
Did he-
remember this one,
Yeah.
but I won't remember why. As far as Geyer's memory is,
Yeah.
everything started because Janumra whipped out her bow.
Mm-hmm. Is he gonna remember the demon fight once he gets his memories
He
back?
probably will, because he was himself during that.
For much
So-
Oh, I couldn't
Yeah.
remember when he got it back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his head doing
The demon caused it.
Yeah, yeah.
The demon cast amnesia on me again.
Oh Oh yeah,
That's right.
amnesia.
And amnesia him.
3 times.
Literally,
Okay.
I have been struck with amnesia every one of our last 3 sessions.
It's crazy. It's so wild.
New amnesia.
Like a bad novella.
So as you guys finish kind of packing up and getting organized, probably relocking this hidden chamber, I would assume. Or,
Oh yeah, the minute Connery puts it in, Geyer's slipping that gold out with one hand as he's locking the lock with the other. And the
smooth.
Yep. I already deducted the 20.
So my
While
question to you.
Geyer, wait, can I do one thing while Geyer is doing that? Can I also try to steal the key? Can we
From
just
Geyer?
like triple sleight of hand here?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
sleight of hand.
just for funsies. Let's see. I don't even know what my sleight of hand is. It is a 6.
6. So unfortunately, Geyer, you feel this interesting tug at your neck.
Sort of looks at it,
There's a hand there around your.
immediately grabs the chain.
I think perhaps the one with amnesia probably shouldn't have this.
Well, if I have it, it's obviously mine. Why would I give it away?
Oh, we lost.
I have
him.
been struck deaf as well as amnesia.
Said thoughts? Thoughts, party members? Do we leave the key with the amnesia duck?
Oh, keep a close eye on him. Get him back to town.
I mean, why would we leave it with him? He doesn't even remember he owns it. All we gotta do
Yeah.
is tell him, no, that was never your key, you sly little duck.
Yeah. I
He
think
has
we
no-
should take it.
He has no choice but to believe us. Oh crap!
Connery.
He can hear me. Can he?
Let's all steal it.
Kasuga speaks up and is like, look, I'll keep an eye on him. He's not going to do anything with the key. Are you, Mr. Geyer? You're
No,
not. You're not.
Apparently goes around my neck.
Yeah, that's where it should stay.
Puts it inside your shirt.
Yeah.
Why is everyone trying to rob me?
Thank you for being the voice of reason, Kalsiga.
She kind of like looks at you, and then like, you can tell she's like eyeing you up, see if there's anything she can steal from you. And
Don't run off and don't get captured while you.
I'm
don't know
already
what's going
captured. You
on.
people are taking me somewhere.
This is true.
Yeah.
Don't get captured by anyone else, and don't run away. You're ours.
Kalsiga
You're
like,
our
pipes up.
property.
Like, speaking of that, where are we going?
Back to town?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Wherever they cook a good duck. Wait a second. Didn't we come out here to intercept Quasimodo?
Well, he doesn't seem like he made it here, so who knows where they are.
I don't know. I still want that duck dead.
Same.
A different duck, Mallard.
Not that kind, the old man you just left in there.
You never know.
No,
I mean,
Nothing.
no.
another duck.
I've only ever met 2, and one of them was myself, so.
What a coincidence.
You might meet 3. We'll see what happens.
It's a very bad duck. You hate him.
Can we use the intelligent? I don't mean to say intelligent duck. Can we use the intelligent duck's tent to rest?
You want to try to rest here?
Yeah, since he's
Okay.
already got it all set up.
Yeah,
Yeah. You could.
that
Yeah.
sounds like a good idea.
Well, then we'll head back first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So you guys use use the tent.
Gary's going to go right in, find wherever there's a nice, comfortable spot on the bed, lay down.
Okay. Now it looks like there was only like one setup like for a bed in here, so it is going to be you guys are going to be kind of cramped in a little bit. A player
I'll sleep
boon
outside.
for anybody who needs it from Dogs for Life in chat. So another player boon. So one specifically for Numeral that she can use at any point tonight, or hold on to it for the future, and one for anybody.
Oh, I
who
should have
needs
used that to try to rob Geyer.
That would have been dirty. The boon I gave you.
Yeah, he gave it to you. Okay, so here's what I will say, just to sort of sake of brevity here. You guys do succeed on getting a long rest here. Is there anything that you guys would want to do during the long rest, as you guys are taking this long rest? Is there anything that you wanted to try to look further into? I know that you cast Sense Magic on the dagger, but there was other materials there, so I would assume that maybe you would look into anything else, or...
I need to rest, and I'm out of willpower.
Well, I'm just going to say during a long rest, you guys can just go ahead and do it and find out what it is.
Okay.
Because if I don't tell you what these things are, it will just sit here. Okay. I want to make sure that I get it out there. So the plate armor that you guys found is actually enchanted plate armor.
Ooh.
Okay. Is anyone taking this note, or should...
The magical enchantment on it is that what makes it special is that attacks against the wearer cannot add any benefit from a damage bonus die.
Ooh.
So that means if somebody strikes you, and you know how normally like they'll have like a weapon damage plus a damage bonus die, that damage bonus die cannot be applied.
Wow.
With this armor on.
That could be huge.
Yeah.
So that is
now,
the
because it's
benefit of that.
Enchanted, does that mean that it's more broadly applicable? Or does it still like count as metal?
It still counts as metal, yes. Okay. So it wouldn't benefit any of your spellcasters.
Disgusting.
Okay. The jeweled brooch, the chainmail is not magical. It's just regular chainmail. The dagger, of course, not magical, but the jeweled brooch it's not magical, but it's worth a ton of gold. It's worth about 300 gold pieces. You guys think value-wise?
Alrighty.
300, you say, huh?
300.
We're gonna be rich. Where did we put all that? Where is that?
I don't know who grabbed all that.
Yeah,
so Connery, you don't need to sleight of hand anything because you don't even know where it is.
Beltis has been carrying the plate mail, but everything else is unknown.
Yeah, I think we left the brooch and the dagger in the ruins for science in the museum.
For science. Yeah, you guys don't have to take all the things if you don't like the dagger and the chainmail. If you don't want to take it, it can just stay here.
Did Geyer get the brooch? I think Geyer tried to grab it.
While Geyer was attempting to sort of fake people out.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to steal it and I failed miserably.
Oh yeah.
And I tripped, and then Connery, who had been right there, sort of caught me and prevented me from going ass over tea kettle.
That was Beltis.
Oh. Well, if no one got it, could we say to numeral got it?
Okay, I'm kidding. It's just
to the wilds.
Sure.
Don't faze me none. I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea what's going on here, says Geyer. But at the end of your long rest, hey Geyer, you get to make a D4 roll, I believe.
I was gonna ask.
Come on, Geyer.
What time of day is it? It's not by rest. It's by day.
I'm gonna say it'll be a day.
We're doing a stretch.
I'll say, yeah, you guys are gonna. I'm just gonna say like time skip. You guys are gonna wake up the next morning, so you guys can go ahead. You can roll your D4, and you have to roll a 1, I believe.
I'm just checking that right now.
I think that was the same ruling as the deer one. Numerals deer transformation.
Yep.
Gotta be a 1.
Oh, where is my little dice roller?
I think it only took Numeral 1 day to turn back into herself.
I know, that was shocking.
Oh, the guy still doesn't know who he is.
The trip is a couple days. The trip, right?
Oh, yeah. I think it took you a few days to get here. It took you 3 days, I believe.
Well.
So.
Meanwhile, Geyer's just sitting in the back of the cart with his legs hanging off the back, just not paying attention. He's got no idea where he's going. He's just watching where he's been.
Enjoying the trip,
We've lost
right?
him for good this time.
So, as you guys are moving towards Outskirt, I'm going to do this, and you guys can stop me if there's something specific that you want to do. There is no, there's nothing that's going to inhibit your return trip back. So this is going to be like a time skip of 3 days till you guys get back to Outskirt.
Is there a chance that we come across a portal that leads to a secret cow level?
No.
Okay, worth a shot.
But if there's anything that you guys, if there's something that you wanted to do before you guys get back, you can let me know. Or if you just want a time skip, and then Geyer can make his 3 rules.
Your 3.
To see if on one of these days he comes back to himself and loses his amnesia.
Let's go, Duck. We got this.
Oh, you cut out on me, Numeral.
I would like to cast Farsight twice.
Okay.
During this traveling.
Okay.
First, I would like to cast it to inside the Temple of the Purple Flame.
Okay.
And see if Quasimond and Co. are like in there, if there's any indication that there was some sort of camp set up inside of the temple. I don't know.
Okay. So you're casting Farsight on the Temple of the Purple Flame.
Yeah.
So you take a moment during one of your breaks to settle in. Your eyes kind of quickly flash with that familiar glow that your friends are all kind of getting used to from the things that you you usually do whenever you go into these moments.
It's just another one. Yeah.
You focus in and you're looking through, and you don't see anything different about from the time that you left it. It looks abandoned. It looks empty. Definitely, you guys like going in and like cleansing the place. You know, you can see that you've changed it in a way that isn't as dark as it used to be after closing that portal, but you don't see anything different about it now from that.
I also want to check in at the tavern.
The tavern, okay.
So I'll do another roll there.
Now, how far is your spell? Like, what are your ranges on how far? Like, you have
let's see. Power level, let's see. 2 is 10 kilometers and 3 is 100.
Okay.
You didn't pick up divination, did you?
Yeah, you would have to like do like power level 3 probably on the second one to get all the way back to Outskirt. Okay. I believe.
So I would do that. 1,
okay.
2, 3, 4.
It's not going to really matter because you guys are going to be getting rests throughout these days.
Yeah,
but
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, really, when you cast, you get. It looks like as if you're in there. It looks like business is picked back up. Mm-hmm. Looks like a lot of the damage that has been done to the inside of Three Stags Inn has been kind of repaired. You can still see that there's some things that need to be done. New shelves need to be put up behind the bar from the ones that Belthus shattered through.
We have to remember that.
For sure.
Yeah, but really, it looks like business is just kind of picked back up again. You don't see Quasimond at all. You see Vagenhild. You see some of the other locals from the town that you recognize that you've seen in passing, but they're nobody that seemed to cause any like conflict in the past.
And while I'm kind of hovering in the zone, I'd be kind of listening to hear if anyone mentions like Quasimond's name or Ophelia's name.
Okay.
In the tavern talk.
You hear some tavern talk about Ophelia, but it's more like it's, you know, I really didn't know her. It's a shame that she passed, and just a lot of people just kind of, it's just that gossip, you know, talking back and forth about it was a terrible thing that happened, and you know, that Quasimodo, you hear Quasimodo being talked about, but he's crazy how he broke the glass of the bar and escaped out of Outskirt on foot, and everybody's wondering what he's up to and where he is now, and you know, that's kind of like what the town's talking about.
All right. So I would pop back, you know, open my eyes and share what I've observed in those two locations and overheard with the rest of the party.
Okay.
What would be Amnesia Geyer's reaction to this, since he has never seen this before, theoretically? I wonder.
So at what point during the travels are you doing this? Like, is this during our travels? Is this during camp time?
Maybe after we finished kind of traveling on the first day, maybe like slowed the cart down and are starting to kind of gear up for sleep, or starting to gear up to set up camp.
So given my assumptions based on what Brittany had told us Kalska would be doing, or she's not here, and sort of just like chit-chatting with Geyer, you know, happy that his marriage back. I'm picturing Kalska trying to run through and be like, okay, here's what we've done, and trying to like
she'd be trying to break down the entire story from get-go to see if anything would perhaps spark something that you would have an aha moment and remember everything.
Yeah. So she's going through different parts of it, and then again, given how much we've been through and that happening like the first day, Geyer would probably be keeping his distance from you at least as much as possible without like not being on the wagon. Because, you know, I'm old, and if you people are taking me places, well, damn it, I'm going to be comfortable at least. Not one of you kids.
I love it.
So just sort of...
That's the stance I've taken in real life.
Yeah, once memory comes back, holy hell. Even with that side eye at Numeral, there's always that other eye is always tracking Connery.
You got it.
Look at
One
you.
shade deal.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and have the next 3d4 rolls from Geyer. See if any of these conversations spark that Griswold Christmas vacation where he plugs in the Christmas lights. Uh-oh.
Wrong end.
That's a no.
What happens if I crit fail it? Okay.
Day 2 of travel. No. You're 1 day away. No.
You're gonna be stuck like this forever?
Oh, Jesus.
It's all new Geyer.
Perhaps we need to build a rapport with this new one.
I like to think that as we start to approach Outskirt, and Geyer starts seeing these things, all of a sudden the party just hears in this grumpy old voice,
I have no memory of this place.
Yes. Yes. I love it. So, and at that point, I think that's a great time for us to take our break for the evening. Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, you could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad, Whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp, be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, BONUS, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Our band of suspicious acquaintances. One with
Strangers.
no complete strangers. One has no idea what he's even doing here. Are approaching outskirt. Now, it is the dawn of a new day. You still have a little bit of travel time before you actually get into outskirt. So my question to the party is, what is your plan? Do you guys just want to roll right into outskirt here early morning? What are you guys thinking as a group?
Remind me again, where do we have to go with the pieces to get Um-Durman? I know it's like under the city / kind of.
There's a ruined temple entrance. If I remember correctly, it is to the east of Dranis' house.
Yeah, it was like near there, right?
Now we
Yeah,
have to go in, and it goes downstairs, and there's some spot where apparently we have to put the statue. Player trying to remember not.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah. Yeah, there's basically outskirt was built around and within a temple ruin. And there's a spot kind of in the center near Dranis' house where he had claimed that he saw some female individual like snooping around a lot at night, different periods. It might be the location.
Should we, perhaps post up a little bit and try to spend some time getting our friend's memory back before we really try to assemble this?
I don't know. I kind of like him the way he is.
Sorry, I'm reading the notes again of the one I talked to Dranith and got the lore dump.
Yeah, Dranith gave you guys a little bit of a lore dump there.
Like a long time ago. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much what I remembered. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I am open to kind of going right there unless anyone has anything else they want to do.
Go heading on into outskirt.
I have no idea what these strange people are doing. I was just told not to run away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll move you guys over there.
I'm just along for the ride, as they say.
Back here in wonderful outskirt. You guys have entered here to the northern side where this is up here in the northern side. Here, kind of where like Three Stags is, and that's courtyard with the statue and the local businesses that were up there with the general store and the blacksmith and things of that nature. You guys do recall that Dranith's his hut is located over here in this section, and that temple area was located over.
The rolling in guy is just waving to the guard politely. No recognition on his face, just like...
Just some random guardsman just kind of like waves back.
Like the grandpa that's got taken out on the family day trip. Finally had the old age home. I'm like, ooh, there's a person.
So you guys arrive back in outskirt. Seems like a normal day in outskirt.
Yay.
Is there anywhere I can get a good bite to eat? I've been eating dried rations you people have been feeding me for days.
You're the one that bought them.
House 6 that is true.
Tanumero would be kind of thumbing through her grimoire while we're riding the cart on in.
Okay.
And she would ask the party, do you think I should keep telepathy memorized while we enter into this place? Or do you think I should swap that out for perhaps something more useful in a fight. Do you think we're gonna fight anyone
Who
down there?
shoot? Oh,
No.
There's probably gonna be demons. There might be demons.
No.
There be demons.
Sure, it's just gonna be a fun trip.
Oh, I can do salamander. Should I bring the salamander? Should I study salamander for this? That might be
you
good.
bring a salamander and I'll bring a toad, and we'll just have an amphibians night.
There you go.
Sounds good.
I was going to look over at Belvis. Why is she asking about small lizards? What is wrong with her?
It's just magic things.
Yes, and according to the small one over here that's been leaving me, and apparently it's this magic thing's fault that I have no clue who any of you people are.
Yeah, I think she's been doing magic a bit longer, which is perhaps why she's been luckier with, less misfortunate with the magical mishaps.
Kalsika shouts out, "She did turn herself into a deer once."
Oh, that's right.
That is true.
But it wore off quickly.
Not to knock on wood, but I think I'm the only caster who hasn't had a mishap.
Uh-oh.
Sir Wolfkin is the greatest among our magicians.
He
Good
might-
day. Good day.
Connery just did it. He just sealed his destiny. He's
Yeah,
gonna.
Shit. Okay. I was just editing my spell list and I just deleted two spells and they're not coming back. I don't remember. Gust of Wind. No, that's there. Shit. Sorry. I'm gonna mute myself.
So perhaps it is time for a bite to eat.
Sounds good to me. Let's go get some cabbage.
So you guys head to Three Stags?
Yeah.
All right.
We are always welcome there.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And as you walk in, Vagenhild kind of like looks at you as you walk in, but then kind of just goes back to her everyday business of serving some of the people. It's actually kind of crowded in here right now, as kind of sort of like the end of the breakfast kind of time here, as things are starting to kind of wind down from breakfast meals.
You guys are going to walk up to the bar.
Sure.
A duck walks to the bar. Here's a good joke.
Good morning, my dear. Do you have any idea who I am?
She looks at your companions that are with you.
We don't know
the
him.
story.
Never met this guy before.
I believe, as far as I know, your name is Mr. Geyer.
As long as you know I am. My friend here, and I'm going to gesture at Connery, has offered to buy breakfast for our group. So if you could just bring out whatever I normally have, and she'll take care of the bill. And then she's going to walk over and sit down.
Vagenhild looks at you, Connery. He's like, well, how kind of you.
You know what? I've earned so much money that I don't care. Let's go ahead and do that. And then Connery pulls out his pouch, and that's when he realizes he's 20 gold short. But wait a second. This did I spend that? Did I drop it?
That was brilliant. Connery, go ahead and take a free boon for that RP right there. That was good.
So are we is Outskirts still uncommon or less?
Yeah, it still would be the same kind of
Okay.
like economy and supply. Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I purchase a few uncommon things?
You would
Because,
go.
like,
Are you gonna
since
leave?
we're-
So you're gonna leave here and go over and do some shopping?
Yeah, but I don't want to tie up the screen time with
Oh
it.
yeah.
Is I realize I'm up to 70 something gold, and I've never spent anything on anything.
Sure. Yeah. While you're here, you can do some shopping.
Okay. Yeah. Just gonna boost up the armor to studded and boost up the helmet to open.
Okay. Yeah. How about the rest of you? You guys just kind of hanging out for food, or did anybody else want to do any shopping while you're here? It doesn't have to be role played out or anything. If you guys don't want to, you guys can just kind of look through, because I know some of you did earn some gold and things, and I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to purchase anything that you might want to purchase.
And it's the price that's on the list, right?
Yes, yeah, list price. Unless you have the skill bartering, and you can try to roll that against it.
Yeah.
I think Geyer might be the only one that has that skill, though.
Not that he knows it right now.
Yeah, my bartering is like 4. I can barter the price to be higher.
Yeah, you guys eventually, like, those of you, Connery would be out doing some shopping. Those of you that are deciding to sit at a table and eat some food and grab some drink, all courtesy of your Wolfkin friend.
How much does it cost me again?
I think it was like 3 silver per person.
Jesus.
Realistically, that means if you buy for all 4, it's like a golden change.
Yeah, it's like a gold. You guys have got that covered by now in your travels.
Yeah, just take it out of the 20.
You guys are a bunch of treasure hoarders. So you guys are enjoying a meal? Anything you could be talking about during the meal, or planning, or this is a perfect opportunity? You're looking around, you don't see really anybody that, like, you recognize as anybody who would have anything to do with anything that you guys are doing. Like, you don't see any of Quasiman or his goons that he'd been running around with. Of course, you don't see Leonara. The last you saw her, her corpse has been thrown into a dumpster behind Three Stags.
Oh.
Which there's that.
Yeah.
But as far as like the, I mean, the outskirts of small.
Doesn't remember.
That's a outskirts of small town, so like you're gonna recognize some of these people, but not really anybody you probably have any like actual like communication with or have spoken to before.
Do we see Alfiera anywhere?
You do not. Wouldn't that be great if you did?
Numeral would take out the jeweled brooch and be kind of like admiring the shiny.
Oh my goodness.
Up until this trip, she didn't have anything but a few copper.
And this brooch is very finely made to Numeral. Like, it is beautiful. The gem that is in there, this diamond is perfectly cut so that when the light hits it, you see the glistening of this gemstone. Like, you got to be careful, like, just like holding this out around. Like, people are gonna be looking at it. It's gonna attract some attention.
Numeral is going to hold it up and turn to Beltis and be like, "Should it go on the bone or the crown? What do you think?"
Perhaps on the bone.
What was that?
Perhaps on the bones. I think it would look right there.
Oh, okay. She's gonna start fastening it kind of in the middle of the bone necklace.
It's beautiful, so it definitely like stands out in comparison to the rest of the the fingers that you have attached to your necklace.
Yes. This is beautiful.
It's definitely a clash of styles.
And to New World, not knowing anything about the rest of society, thinks she's quite glamorous with this white snake leather thing, the crown,
Yes.
the bone necklace, this jewel now, this ring of Eladine. She's kind of blinged out, honestly.
The horrible bad joke in my head is screaming, Numeral found that thing and it was in somebody's hands. And she said, "It's mine." And they went, "You can have it when you pry it out of my cold, dead hands." She went, "Okay," takes the fingers and the piece and makes a necklace out of it.
Yeah.
And just because I'm slow in response to the white snake. I love this new Discord soundboard. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh, I also have a whistle. She's got some interesting things. Anyway.
All right. What would you guys like to do or talk about here? Connery, I'll say you after you're done shopping, you can kind of come back in and rejoin your party at the table. There's a plate. The food is probably getting a little bit cold, waiting on you to arrive, but...
Guyer's going to go up out of his own money and buy whatever the strongest alcohol they've got is.
Oh gosh. She gets off this top shelf this bottle of like this deep, what looks like be some kind of dark rum. It has like a black label on it with like a skull and crossbones. Glass or a shot?
How much is the bottle?
The bottle. Looks at it. 10 gold.
Goes into his pouch and gives her 20.
Here you go. Slides it across the bar to you.
Memory's never gonna come back.
That's right. Permanent brain damage.
It's like, I don't know what I'm here for. I'm might as well enjoy myself. You know, pops it open, pours himself in his drink. Anybody?
You guys can smell this stuff from across the table.
Wouldn't mind a glass, or no, I wouldn't mind a shot.
Give something to Belthus and.
To Numeral ask for a shot too.
Okay, shot, sure.
Offer it to Connery and Calcica.
Okay. Calcica kind of like waves it off. I can smell that from here. No thanks.
I'll stick it in his pouch and to whatever it is you brought me here to do.
Gonna get wild.
Yeah.
You guys all gonna drink?
Yep.
I need everybody to roll against con for me, please, who take a drink.
I'm gonna use my boon.
All right, there you go.
Apparently I'm doing okay.
Oh, look at that.
My con is 13.
Oh,
So
you're good.
the new world can take a shot.
This stuff is harsh. Like it's one of those things that like burns all the way down, and like for about 10 minutes afterwards, you feel like you're going to get nauseous and vomit, but it's just that burning sensation in the back of your throat that just stays there for about a good solid 10 minutes. Like it feels like you could breathe fire.
I wish I knew it if I had ever tried this before.
I wonder if that's what Calcica used to spit fire at the blob that was eating Belthus.
Yes, but I don't swallow it.
True.
What are we here for again?
You know,
I know it's a lovely breakfast, but that was 3 days of travel.
We are going home.
Oh, it was nice meeting you. Have a safe journey.
We live together in
Oh man,
cave.
take a boon. Take a boon. Oh my gosh.
Who?
You guys have been RPing like crazy tonight. This has been good. Without hesitation.
Are you
It's
saying I live in a
amazing that
cave?
we're here after everything and we're about to go do this, but it's too bad our friend has no idea what's happening. Maybe it's for the best.
I wonder if we could find some kind of cure before we go in. Or...
To Numeral, I know you can like look into people's like minds and stuff.
Yes.
Is there any way like you can like go into his mind and like I don't know, help him connect the dots?
Mr. Geyer?
I wonder
What are we?
if only I had not just swapped out telepathy for Salamander. when we entered this tavern.
Just send the lizard in there.
Yeah. Would you like a fire lizard to crawl inside your brain, Sir Mallard?
I think I'm going to have to decline on that one. It sounds rather unpleasant.
Probably wise. I mean, I wonder if that would work if I were to try to cast telepathy and read deep into your mind, if that would unlock your memories. Would you want me to read deep into your mind? I don't know what's lurking in there. Maybe it's best left hidden.
That makes two of us.
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
I can't tell you what doors not to open. I don't know what doors are closed in there.
Be scary.
Ooh, apparently I have doors in there.
Apparently have what?
Doors!
Well, he still knows how to do everything, right?
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Then
Mechanically, yes. I've just been playing it up as...
Yeah, I mean,
As things
mechanically, he
happen.
still knows, like, all his skills. Like, he still knows how to do his stuff. He just doesn't know who he is and why he's hanging out with all of you.
Well,
What if we try to recreate the events by having him continuously cast Fireball over and over and over until he gets amnesia on top of his amnesia to cancel the original amnesia?
just like the
That-
demon.
So how would that even work? Would I would forget what I had forgotten? Or if I forget that I had forgotten something, does that mean I remember
Look,
it?
I never said it was gonna make
Yes.
sense.
that's what happened last time.
That's how we cured your amnesia the first time. A demon gave you a second amnesia, which canceled out the actual amnesia, and you forgot that you forgot, and then you remembered.
You're saying I can do this by just casting something called a fireball?
Well, the last time a demon tried to give you brain damage, and your brain was so damaged, it undamaged it. So, I mean, there may be another demon where we're going. Perhaps we'll shove you
There you
to
go.
I love this logical explanation. Take a boon.
So New World now has 3 boons, 2 boons.
So are we going home or are we doing something else? I'm rather confused.
We're going to take you home.
Okay. Lead on, and you guys are going to hold his arm out, waiting for to come escort him away.
Take me home.
To the lair! No, if you decide it's scary there, you can stay with us if you don't want to go back into the cave. Where you came from. Onward, I suppose.
So, it's probably about midday after you guys are just kind of hanging out. Are you guys wanting to go to this temple area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you guys travel.
We'll put the duck out front just in case.
The duck out front just in case.
Yeah.
If anybody's gonna get amnesia, it's gonna be the guy with amnesia.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go. So, you guys head to what would be marker number 8 here on your map.
The player is going to ask this because Geyer doesn't know to.
Yeah.
Has anyone thought to have Geyer collect something from the wagon before we go heading downstairs?
That's true.
Yeah, we need those.
You
things.
kind of need those. Yeah, that's right.
That's not why we're going.
Can we bring the cart, like, over there?
Yeah, you can bring the cart there. Like, you wouldn't be able to, like,
Yeah.
take it all the way there, but, like, you can go
Yeah.
behind and around, like, past where, like, Dranith's places and kind of pull it behind Three Stags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda
I feel
park
like I
it
would
in
like
that
to do
area.
that, not just, like, in the middle of town.
Yeah.
So since it's within outskirt jurisdiction, is that paid parking or is there a parking meter?
Yeah, it's
How's that
meters. Meters.
The
yeah.
meter? All
Yeah.
right.
Silver an hour.
Put a few copper in there. Make sure to boot the donkeys.
No, I have one of these
Alright.
special placards. I can just hang it right here, and it gives me special barking due to my age.
The wheelchair. What is that?
So I put the description that I'm going to read in your in Roll20 chat, but it's a hell in the middle of the village with weathered pillars and the remains of a circular wall. I would say like this map really shows it like this kind of like domed area, but I would say it'd probably be more dilapidated and ruined than that, and their walls would probably be very, very short. There wouldn't be much of a dome-like ceiling around it at all, considering the wear and tear that this place has been through. So, at the crest stands a magnificent but crumbled temple, and it is a peaceful place that exudes a sense of this bygone glory of ancient mystery. So it's an interesting place as you guys approach. There's this circular kind of wall that kind of like roofless in that area that is really broken and dilapidated. There's pillars kind of all around sticking out in different places. As you guys approach, that's kind of what you see.
All right.
Hello.
We found you here, but we don't know how to get in.
And that's why I
we
was
think the
talking to-
statue can work.
I'm
That's why
sorry.
we were collecting the pieces. We were trying to get you back into your house. You couldn't get in there,
Oh,
so we were helping you find a way in.
Is there any demonic guano laying around?
You don't see any.
Okay, good.
that's very kind of you. Geyer's going to go over and unlock the hidden compartment.
Okay.
Take his bag down, put the book and all the 4 statue pieces back in his bag. That's my home. I should probably just be able to walk right in then.
Yes, we shall figure out how to open get back in there. I don't know. I'm realizing now, making up this story that this house may not be a good idea.
And Geyer, having no knowledge, is just going to walk right in.
Are you walking into the temple area with the pieces?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
You
I'll
walk there. I mean,
follow.
it's still kind of an open area. It's kind of overgrown. There are some like random like trees and things like growing up, some vines that have grown up in this whole temple area.
Wow, love what you've done to the place, Geyer.
Mhm.
I don't know how long you people have kept me from here. I just have to find my door. So
Yeah.
either make yourself useful or make yourself scarce.
I will say, you did promise that in return for helping you find the key to your house again, that you would give us a sword that's in there. That's the payment. That's what you promised us when we helped you.
Clearly.
I'm gonna challenge that because Geyer is not sure. This is
Make a
the
bluff
first
check
been
there to
mentioned.
numeral.
no.
I rolled an 8 on
Oh,
Well, I
Geyer,
don't think it's gonna matter. as
Geyer
long as
failed his
it's- I
insight.
failed.
I failed my bluffing. So I don't know.
You're
We
just
both
not. Yeah,
failed.
you're both kind of like you're not sure of each other. Like you don't. Like there's no like. You guys just like land in the middle ground.
There's
Yeah.
no trust
We'll
in this relationship.
discuss this.
Yeah,
This
that's
is the
right.
first you've mentioned this. It seems convenient at this point, but let me get in my home first, and then we'll figure things out. And then I'm just going to go start looking for a doorway.
Okay. Roll spot hidden for me, Geyer.
Hey,
Yes.
oh, why was I rolling that? I rolled that with a boon.
Oh, you rolled it with a boon.
Oh, because of your RP.
I
Or did
rolled
you-
awareness with. I rolled them both with boons.
Oh,
Oh, so did you want to switch one of the?
I'll,
We'll say because you had failed the awareness anyway. That's fine.
Okay.
In the spot hidden, it would have been a 10 on your first roll anyway.
Awareness would have been a demon.
Yeah, awareness would have been a demon.
This is what it is.
You're
a spot in the doorway.
Spot hidden. So, in kind of like the back, like right corner of this circular chamber, as you guys like walked in from the direction that you came, there is a small niche. And now this circle had like what would be symmetrical niches, kind of like carved into around the chamber. So imagine like a round circle that has these little like archway shaped like niches in it. You see one of these niches has archaic runes carved into the stone after you kind of shift some of the vines away. Like you can see like so it looks like the old and faded almost little runes. None of the other niches as you're like looking around seem to have this.
And from just taking the pieces of the statue out, does it look like there's a spot in this niche where the statue and where the base of the statue would sit?
When you look down at the bottom of the niche, at first you don't see it, but you see like this, it's like this big clump of like soil with moss like attached to it. You start to like grab it and kind of pull it away and start pulling the soil away. And it comes like out like almost like, you know, like you're pulling back carpet, like this like sheet of carpet off the ground. It's like sod, you know, you're just rolling it up. Underneath it, there seems to be this base that's like inset in the floor. It almost seems like that base of your statue that you got would fit right in there if you cleaned it all out.
Would we all be able to see the runes?
If
Or
he
just
points,
Geyer?
if Geyer's pointing it out to you right now, just Geyer does.
Okay.
Geyer is going to call over Kalsika.
Okay, she kind of like hurries over.
She's been talking with him during the couple of days. I'm like, you were telling me all these strange stories. Do you understand any of what that gobbledygook up there says?
Well, Mr. Geyer, I can take a look at it, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Languages. Huh. Maybe?
Hey.
Yeah, it's it says Eladane, Emperor of the World, Master of Dragons, Keeper of Um-Durman. That's what it says.
Doesn't sound like this is my house. I don't even know who that is. Then again, maybe it's a family name. We're gonna start taking the statue pieces out, and at this point, the party's probably noticed that Kalsika's come over.
Mm-hmm.
As Geyer's now got the bag out, and out comes the base, and you can see him start fiddling with something.
Okay.
All right.
So what are you doing with the pieces?
If no one else intercedes, gonna look facing the niche and say, okay, if I'm guessing I'm supposed to be looking at it like this, I'm just gonna start literally put the base down on that spot and not indent the piece that goes on top of the base. Literally just assemble it right in the spot.
Oh, in the spot. So you put the base down first. It seems to fit pretty well after you try it once and it doesn't quite sit flat, so you take it back off, and Kalsika tries to help you kind of like clean out, like she takes a dagger out and kind of scrapes some of the like roots from the little vines and stuff that have crept on in there over time. You start to clear all that out. You brush some of the dirt away, and then finally the base fits in there nicely. You get the second piece out. And as you go to stick it in its spot where it's cracked from, you notice that it shines with this shimmering light and forms itself back together, almost as if some kind of magical force has just resealed these two pieces together.
Holy crap!
Gonna smile.
You got 20 gold, didn't you?
I am magic. I'm gonna take the next piece out and put it on top.
And it does the same. flash of light from that part where it's broken, and it completely seals. It's almost as if like there was no break in it whatsoever. It's just putting itself back together.
Takes the headpiece out of the bag and it's going to very, like, place it right above it, but not quite put it on.
Okay.
Just waiting to see what everyone else is doing. Is at this point, Gyra's like,
Kalsic is just like hovering over your shoulder in anticipation. She's like, just.
Do I see it glowing? And I'm tickling the dragon's tail. I'm trying to see how close I can get it without touching.
If it's not touching, it's not glowing. Balthus, Conry, Tanumra, what are you guys doing in this situation? Is like, you can see like Gyra's holding it there. Kalsic is like right leaning over his
Hovering
shoulder.
with Kalsic.
Go right leaning over? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all leaning over? Okay. What about you,
Waiting with,
Conry?
like, bated
I just
breath.
had the epiphany that Geyer did steal my 20 gold.
You're just staring off into the... Okay. What about a Geyer?
Gyra will just go over. I literally have no clue who you are, what you're talking about. And drops a piece on.
And with a flash, you see that energy kind of seal it into place. And then you hear this noise. And everyone except for Conry, all of a sudden the floor just drops out from beneath you near the niche. And you guys fall. As also the statuette falls too. As the floor just kind of opens up in this spot and just lets go.
You're not getting away with this, Duck. We're gonna talk about this.
So you guys fall 4 meters, taking 2 slow fall. Is it a reaction spell?
It is a, what is it? I don't know. I've never
Yeah,
used it.
should be reaction.
Yeah. See,
Slow
double check, make sure it's a
fall.
reaction fall. Reaction.
It's
spell.
a magic trick. It's a magic trick. You
Magic
slow
trick.
your fall and land light as a feather, no matter the height.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that is an action.
Is it action?
Yeah.
You have to use it
weird.
before a jump or something.
You must have to use it before like something's happening. Yeah, because if it's on a reaction, you wouldn't be able to probably cast this in time. So unfortunately,
Magic tricks don't specify action or reaction. They just.
it doesn't say action or reaction.
No,
Yeah, no,
magic tricks just are. I thought.
Let's find out.
Let's see.
Magic tricks. What school of magic is it on?
It is. I think it's. It might be.
It'd probably be
It's
mentalism.
mentalism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like a magic tricks. Magic tricks are easier to learn. Yeah, that's learning magic. Magic tricks.
And literally doesn't say.
It doesnn't say, does it?
No, magic tricks
So-called
is paid.
are
58.
minor, relatively harmless spells. They are often the first thing a mage learns is these simple spells trained by its handle. Each school has its magic tricks. Always prepared. All magic tricks require a gesture below cast. Doesn't say anything.
I'll toss an opinion based on the wording. I would assume it to be a reaction.
Yeah,
It
like
says you
based on
slow
D&D,
your
it's
fall.
You slow your fall, so you have to be falling first.
It sounds like you would have to be falling
Yeah,
the way I'm reading
the
it.
way it's. Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah, you slow your fall and land as light as a feather. So, but it's specific to your. You
Yeah,
only cast
not
it
the
on
party.
yourself, not the party or anybody else. So yeah, Tanumeral quickly kind of, with a simple gesture, is able to start slowing down as this caught you off guard. Unfortunately, unless the rest of you have anything that will stop you, 2d6 damage.
Can I just try to grab the statue as I'm falling?
Yeah, I mean, you can grab the statue, but it's following with you.
Right, I'm fine with that.
Okay. That first one was for Geyer, 7,
Okay.
and Belthus, 7.
Okay, and I can't armor that.
Yep,
Nice.
falling I don't think counts as
Yeah,
armor.
does
Yeah.
not count.
And Kalsika takes 6. She also falls. I don't think she has anything that can prevent her from falling. I can double check her character.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it says a successful acrobatics roll reduces the number of d6 by half.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. You can make an acrobatics roll if you guys would like.
Wait.
That's under the
I will
rules.
try to do that.
Nope.
Oh, Geyer doesn't.
Doubles through the
you can
air.
reduce. You can take 3 damage then.
Oh,
Half damage.
nice. Thank you.
So I'll do
Chelsea would definitely do it, I'd say.
Yeah, acrobatics roll. Unfortunately, she's gonna take it all.
Oh, no.
Now, you guys had a long rest. Is there a long rest button on this?
It's scrolled back down.
Towards the bottom.
Bottom right-hand side, it says shift. It's right above the health thing. I mean, willpower.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, so she would have had to shift. Oh, ouch.
And Geyer's not feeling or looking too good down there.
Yeah, Kalsika's not feeling or looking too good either. As you guys slam down to this.
Gonna hold
Connery,
up on in.
You can see as that stone kind of like fell down, there's actually stairs that lead down, but where the party was standing, like where the deepest part of the stairs were, so they just kind of just fell. But there's a staircase that you can look at, and you could easily like walk down the staircase.
So, Connery's gonna just slowly walk down the stairs while pulling out a little book. In Hinduism or Buddhism, karma is the sum of a person's actions in this or previous state of existence. Where's my gold, Geyer?
Geyer's holding on to the statuette in a lot of pain at the bottom of the stairs.
Dark
now,
down here.
It is very dark. Pitch black.
Geyer's gonna sit himself up and basically doing the same thing as Connery is. And muttering to himself without realizing it, and is casting light.
Still got it.
How dark it is.
Casting light? Okay.
Yep.
Are you using your ring to do that?
Nope.
Oh, just casting it.
My
Okay.
own stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the ring anymore. I think, if I remember, I gave it to Numeral.
Yeah.
What's the radius of that light spell again? Do you remember how far it sheds light? Does it
10
say?
meter radius.
10 meter radius. So what I'll do is I'll do 5 bright and then 5 low, and it should reach out to all. Still look pretty cool on them. Can you guys see most of the room, or is it not working correctly?
No, it's working.
Small
Okay.
radius, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically 2 blocks.
Oh, I'll make it bigger. It's supposed to be big.
Oh, that's good. Because isn't each one of those
5, yeah. I mean, it looks good to
We'll do
me.
that. That's better.
okay?
Okay, so I will describe to you what you guys see here as you guys are in this chamber. So a tomb-like shrine with empty torch holders on the walls. The darkness is dense, but with the help of the light spell, you guys are able to pierce through it. A stone altar lies in the middle of the room, and you can see a jeweled and brilliant great sword laying upon the altar. There is also upon the altar a golden goblet and an open book. Water from a fountain in the wall pours down into a small font. Menacing statues of knights and horned great helms are placed in the corners of the room.
Can I look at the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as it,
Guy
Garrett starts to look, is just going to say, perhaps not touch anything quite yet. I don't know if I have an alarm in here.
You can see this seems to be some type of prayer book. And the hefty tome is open to a page. It seems to have ancient but clear letters like marked on it. They're really kind of hard to decipher. You'd have to make a languages roll to see if you can decipher any. Oh no! No!
Words.
Struggling.
I'm just gonna come over here and take this goblet and go get a drink.
I succeed. I can read it.
Before you pick up the goblet already has water in it.
Ooh, don't
And
drink that.
the strange thing about the water is it looks very clean and clear. And that's very strange considering that this place has probably been untouched or locked for several hundred years.
What hasn't it? Several hundred years old. I couldn't have been gone that long.
You don't live here. Maybe
Yeah,
you never got inside.
You rent it out. That's it.
You were just maybe living on the stoop.
I'm gonna sniff the cup of water.
Oh, first of all, I forgot to show you guys this.
Really?
This is what the statue all looked like put together.
Oh.
So there's an example
That's
of
cool.
the image of that.
He has a maraca.
Yes. Very, very noble looking maraca.
Does it look like Belfast?
Doesn't really look like Belfast, no.
I succeeded on the language roll for the prayer book.
Oh, excellent. Yeah,
Also.
so as you see, Gyrus like reaching for the goblet, looks at the water in it. You can see that the page that it's open to says, "Hail, Emperor of the World, Lord of Light, Punisher of Impurity, Elidane forever, in the depths of our pure hearts."
Numeral would read that out loud to the party to let them know what the book says.
Okay.
Hope for the best.
Mhm.
Water seems rather clear and pure. Perhaps the alarm had something to do
Here's
with
what
purity.
the sword looks like laying on the table.
Beautiful.
Well, that's what we're here for. I cast sense magic on this whole should it be on a particular item or like the altar as a whole?
Just space in general. The place in general, I think, is what it says in your spell, right?
It gives you options. You can do an area, or you can do a specific item you're holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
have
I'll
to be
do-
holding it to cast it on the sword itself, or you can just cast it on this area.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
If I remember, sense magic's a trick, right? It just works.
It just works, right? Yeah, you don't have to roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
sword, definitely magical.
Mhm.
Altar. Protecting the sword with some kind of magical aura.
Mhm.
You have a hint, though, with your sense magic, that the aura isn't as strong because of one of the actions of one of the party members when they arrived. There are certain things that need to be done in order to release this protective aura.
Hmm. Okay. I would share that information with the party.
So we did something good already, or something appropriate.
Maybe
Perhaps it was putting the key in the door. So if that's the case, why don't we turn on the lights?
Numeral would say the Elidane chant that activates the ring,
Okay.
and see if anything happens.
What was that chant again? Does anybody remember what the exact chant was?
Elidane, Lord of Light.
Lord of Light, something else.
I'll Elidate again.
It's in
Who
the
something's
notes
the
somewhere.
world.
Yeah,
Lord
yeah.
of the world, give us light. Elidane, Lord of the world, give us light.
You say this with confidence.
Yes.
Unfortunately, nothing seems to happen. Nothing takes place.
Okay. Except for the ring.
Elf woman. And I'm going to point at one of the...
whoever has the ring, all of a sudden it lights up. That's it.
No, a guy was going to point over at one of the torches. There were unlit torches all over the room.
Be my guest?
I don't have any matches.
Oh.
Where you're going, you don't need matches.
You are. I don't have a torch.
Geyer is going to point over at one of them and
Oh, should I get the salamander?
just
Salamander could probably bounce from one to the other.
Oh, ignite.
basically, Geyer's just going to go through and burn some will and cast ignite.
Ignite. So are you? There's
looks like there
1, 2,
are-
3, 4, 5, 6 torches total in the room.
Okay.
Well, couldn't he just ignite one and then carry it to the other?
Do they come out?
You know, save himself some willpower.
Yeah, they do. They do remove from the.
Yeah, then cast one and just hand it to Calcica because she's younger and let her run around the room.
Geyer uses his magic to ignite one, and a burst of flame appears, putting this aura of this orange glow within the room. And he goes, hands it to Calcica. Calcica walks around and starts igniting each one of the torches, placing them back into the holders as she's done. She hands you the Geyer the one she was using to light the rest of the torches, and hands it back to you to place back in its place.
Put it back up top.
Put it back in there. Now it's a well-lit room. Nothing seems to change.
Nothing really matters.
To me.
Okay.
Geyer's going to pick up the cup of water and sniff at it. Smell okay?
Smells like water.
Going to take a drink.
Gonna take a drink. All right.
Typical duck.
This is probably the best water you've ever had. It's cold.
Deer Park.
Spring water cold. And Deer Park, that's right. Filtered 3 times. No, it's delicious. It tastes great.
I'm going to take the cup and go over to where that water fountain is
Sure.
and stick it under and taste the same.
Yeah. Tastes similar. Yeah.
Fill it up a couple times, take a couple drinks, then fill it and
Old man is thirsty.
bring it back over and set it down.
Just trying to get that Horcrux.
That's right. You gotta get that Horcrux. That's right.
Flashback.
Sorry, I had to get some of that fire out of my throat from earlier.
Do you remember anything yet, Geyer?
I remember I don't trust you for some reason.
And keep drinking.
Yeah, try it all.
My stomach is not quite that large.
Oh, dude.
Try sprinkling some water on the sword.
Okay. You sprinkle some water on the sword. The water hits the sword and kind of runs off in different places, and just kind of some of it like puddles up on the altar. But nothing seems to happen.
Oh man. Just try picking it up, see what happens.
The sword.
What was that, Tenumeral? What were you saying?
You're gonna try to pick up the sword?
And so he
I'm
just
telling Balthus
he's-
to.
Oh.
I
suggested
didn't
for
hear
Balthus to
that.
pick it
Oh,
up.
I had. Sure, why not?
Balthus to reach down.
Should I cast a spell first? Should we give that a shot?
Now, I'm seeing, since magic is a magic trick,
Yeah.
it's probably like an instantaneous like sense, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could sense magic again. You could cast a spell if you'd like to.
Is there risk of it damaging the sword? I mean, why don't I just pick it up and see what happens?
Can I just sense if the aura is gone yet?
Is that what you want to do? Yeah. Do you spend your willpower to cast your sense magic?
Yeah.
Still sense magic on the sword. You don't sense the magic that you originally sensed on the altar.
Okay. All right. I think we may be safe. Maybe. Let's give. Yeah. Go. Give it a try. Let's see what happens.
That was the last I saw about this.
Nice knowing you guys. My next character is going to be...
Beltis confidently reaches out, pauses for just one moment, looks back at Numeral, and then reaches down and grabs the handle of Um-Durman. And when he does...
Uma-Thurman?
Uma-Thurman, yeah, that's right. Watch out, Bill. You're done for. Beltis. In that moment, you start to pick up the sword from the altar. And you can see the blade glisten through the torchlight that now cascades through the room. And it puts this glimmering orange glow upon your full plate mail as you stand there and you hold the sword to your chest. The blade kind of sticking straight up. And you now hold the legendary blade in your hands.
We've come a long way.
Wow. I still haven't forgotten that 20 gold duck.
Will you be quiet? It looks like he's having a spiritual moment. Look at the way the
Cyril's
fire
getting a little
is in
woozy.
her eyes.
She's fanning herself off. The sight of Beltis and Um-Durman.
I will say, because Tenumeral had cast Sense Magic a couple of times, that Tenumeral knows what the sword does. So, for sake of... So the information for Um-Durman is that it is considered a great sword, so it is a two-handed sword.
A lot heavier than mine.
Is that one word or two words? Great sword or great sword?
It's both.
Okay, it's a great sword.
It's a great sword, that's right.
Great
Now,
sword.
it has a strength requirement of 13 to use.
Cool.
Can't even lift this.
Its durability is 18. And it has a special version of enchant weapon with permanence attached to it. Which means that whenever the sword hits a dragon or a demon, the attack automatically counts as a dragon roll. Which means it only deals crits to dragons and demons.
Wow. So I would tell Beltis this.
That's extraordinary. No wonder the demon cult was after this thing. I'm kind of holding it up, showing it to everyone. If it can hurt dragons, I assume the demons would have wanted to throw the balance and, against them.
Tenumeral would just sort of come up to it and look at it and sort of touch the flat part of the blade with just like the tip of her finger. Kind of like admire this metal with that kind of power.
This sword is like bigger than Calcica, so she could never wield it.
Come on, let me give it a try.
Tin Man, do you think you'll be able to wield that weapon?
I'll kind of like test it out in my two hands. Doesn't seem. I mean, it's a bit heavier than what I usually prefer to use, but I could do some damage with this.
Yeah, you can.
Unless anyone else wants to give it a try.
I could lift that.
No, I think I am quite good at... prefer to keep my confit on the inside, thank you.
Do we have a scabbard that fits such a blade? Is there one here?
Maybe we could buy one.
Sometimes you just gotta let it loose. You know?
Swing that.
Just like walk out the outskirt with it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
I suspect we're going.
Look what I found.
I suspect we're going to attract some attention carrying this thing around.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking
Nobody's
for a
gonna notice.
scabbard.
Yeah.
So why don't we sell it then? Must be worth a pretty penny.
Oh my god.
Well, probably
Need
is.
this to kill demons. Do you want a demon to get you?
Because Kaustik like, wait, we got to save the world first. Then we can talk about selling it.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a demon. They don't exist. I mean, that
You
furry
will.
thing might be one, but
You did. You saw one yesterday. 4 days ago.
With your other mind.
Both.
so some other mind that doesn't exist saw
Yeah.
something that doesn't exist.
The other mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Realize you all are just too confusing.
And as Geyer ponders this and is scratching his head, with Belthus
Tearing feathers out.
wielding Um-Durman in his grasp. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Dragonbane, Secret of the Dragon Emperor.